Hi, in this lesson, we are going to learn how to use a motor, how to control it, and how to use an external interrupt to stop in case of emergency. The program will look like this. So these are the two on top. These two are the push switches which control the timings. If I press second button, it's going to run for 20 seconds. First button, 10 seconds. So let's run it for 20 seconds. And if I press this red button, it is going to stop it. And the red light starts blinking. So emergency stop. We stop the motor, and with this green button, we restart the motor. At the end, there is a buzzer which indicates that the motor has stopped after 20 seconds of run. Now it's running for 10 seconds. And I'll display how to use the interrupt again. This is the emergency stop, stops. There is anything in the motor or let's say in the conveyor belt, some uh, some restriction, the worker can go and remove it and then restart it. Emergency stop, restart. Emergency stop, restart. Now this particular program is on BL0011, which is PIC Microcontroller E-Block 2 board provided by the Matrix. And we are going to use combo board BL0114, one motor, one LED, one buzzer, and two push switches. So let's start the program. BL0011. Before writing the program, we need to make up a rough sketch at how the program is going to work, how many variables you need, and what's going to be the where are going to be the loops and how many loops are required. Go to the component library, hardware tab, go down E-Block 2, combo board BL0114. All these components are available in the kit provided to you by the Matrix. resize it, and we need outputs. One output is a buzzer and a DC motor. Need one LED, we also need one buzzer. There it is. And we need two inputs, push switches. Let's check its properties. Can we change its color? No, we can't change its color, so we get another push switch which should be green in color. Okay, now the next step is that we assign them the ports. So the red push switch, we assign it to port D0. Green push switch, we assign it to port D1. The buzzer, we assign it to port B2. the LED, we assign it to 43, and the motor we assign to D4, and this connection port that also goes to D4. Second connection is not required, but we still do it for D5. Now this combo board, it has two banks. The upper bank, this one, these are the push switches, and these are the LEDs. Lower bank, these are the push switches, and these are the LEDs. So we assign the upper bank for Bravo, and we assign the lower bank for Charlie. That completes the assignments. These are required before you start writing the program. So what we now the sketch of the program is that once we press one of these two buttons, which is B0 and B1. Now B0, if we press B0, then the time for which the motor should run is 10 seconds. Once we press B1, the time it should run is for 20 seconds. So we assign two variables. Time 1, initial value 10, okay. Time 2, initial value 20. Now we are assigning it because we want the counting, which should be displayed on LCD, in the reverse order. It should start counting from 20 and go down to 0. It should start counting 10 and go down to 0. Otherwise, we don't need to assign these variables. All right. So let's put in a loop. And go on to the component macros. We're going to read the state, get switch state, get switch state on top, and which bank? Bank 0, and pin 0. And where it should return the value, we say option 1, initial value is 0, and we again say get switch state, top bank, and second push switch, that would be 1, and the return value should go to another variable, option 2, initial value 0, it's a byte. Now depending upon the option 1 and option 2, it should then run the motor. I'll come to the interrupt later. First, we'll program the motor. Now we make the decision if option 1 is equal to 1, then it will come on this line, this branch. If option 1 is not equal to 1, then it will go down. So we make another decision that if option 2 if option 2 is equal to 1, then it will come in this branch. Otherwise, it will go into the loop again. So now, if it comes into this branch when option is 1, then what it should do, it should run the motor for 20 seconds. Motor forward, 20 seconds. There are two ways. First, I'm going to do it without displaying. So I put in a loop where I say loop count. So it's 20, and I put in a delay of 1 second. That means it's going to loop for 20 seconds. Each time it's going to loop with 1 second will lapse. See, the motor bridge will move forward for 20 seconds. And after 20 seconds, I should disable the motor. And at the same time, I must clear the uh, option, the, the register in the option 1 as well. The, option 1 equal to 0. Similar thing will be done for the option 2. So what I do is I just copy and paste the whole thing. Then I change the parameters. This time it should loop for 10 times. So I make the count 10. Okay. And it should be option 2, which should be set to 0. Okay. The program which we have written up till now, it's going to get the switch state from B0 and B1. Then depending upon the switch state of B0 and B1, it's going to run the motor. So let's test it. These two should be in the loop, otherwise it's not going to test it again and again. Should run. So let's see why it is not running. Let's check the properties. Hope I have connected it to the correct one. Yep, it's connected to B0. Yes, that's fine. Get the switch state return value. Where is the return value? Thought I did that. Strange. Maybe I made some missed out something because I did define the variable. The switch state should have gone to option 1 and option 2. But this is part of the programming. You can miss out something. Okay, so let's try the option 1. Yeah, sorry. So option 2, I have selected. The motor starts running. And then it stops. So let's say for option 1, I run it in the reverse direction. For option 2, I run it in the reverse direction.